What's going on YouTube? It's your buddy Will from the What's Up in the Sky 37 channel, online www.whatsupinthesky.com. Come check out the website, sign up, and it is here. It's been here for about 5, 6, 7 days. I've been staring at it, wanting to make a video, but wanting to do it right for you guys. We're looking at the Occator crater, the bright lights of Ceres, the dwarf planet. Can you believe this thing? Beautiful. And this is still mysterious. They still don't know. This is one of the pictures. I'll show you where to get these, where I got them from. And we'll look through some of my enhancements. The geometry on this thing, it is absolutely amazing. It looks like this, the whole, they're found that Ceres had water on it. Still does to this day, a decent amount. Um, Everywhere we look in these, we find geometry. I find repeating patterns. Things that look like craters or domes that are the exact same size. The odds of that. Sometimes where there's 4 or 5 in a row, we're gonna see some of them on here, and we're looking at a huge image. I mean, just a nice section of it. The bright lights of Occator Crater. Strap yourself in, get some coffee. This might take a little while. We're gonna try and go through it. And of course, we can't go through the whole thing. You're gonna have to, if you want to, come check out the website. I always put up an article along my videos that basically I'll take out a little chunk of it, and you'll, blow it up so you can see this circle thing, in really good resolution. I'll have it in the best that I can give it to you. So here we go. Over here, more cuts, and look at these angles, rounded off what look like to be maybe huge pipes coming through here. Now let me show you the others too. Like I said, there's this version, this color version that NASA put out, which this is untouched, by the way, right from NASA. And then this version here, I've actually gone and manipulated it. Here is the original we got, and wait to see how much they gave us. They gave us the whole area. And there are amazing features all around here. Just things that are they're just anomalous. Like I said, 3 or 4 craters in a row, exact same, whether you want to call them craters or possible, whatever. We're going to see all sorts of strange things. Also, parts where there are little pieces blurred out. We're going to see that. But the lights themselves, the lights themselves, let's put this, it's a mystery still to this day. There's an article. Let me show you. There's an article that just came out about how they don't even know strange. Here we go. Strange changes in the bright spots of Ceres. What's happening on the dwarf planet? I mean, the lights seem to be changing. The brightness of them. They're it's amazing what is going on this planet. Something is still alive on here. Whatever this is, it seems translucent to me, something along those lines. But here's where you get these images from. Don't worry about it. If you want to check it out, go to the website, or just go down and hit the little view description below. If you're watching this on Facebook or somewhere else, hit the top title bar. It'll take you to YouTube, or hit the YouTube button at the bottom, and you'll be able to get that. All the links will be at the bottom. I always link everything on my channel. That was the one thing I have always done and will always do. If somebody sends me an anomaly and they don't have a link, I don't post it. So here is the, like I said, center of the Occator crater, enhanced color. This is the enhanced color version of it. More info here. This is from okay, so basically the crater measures 57 miles across and 2.5 miles deep. So just to give you the idea of the crater itself, the size. Now let me show you here. That's talking this whole from here to here, um, and it's 2.5 miles deep. So this thing's pretty, and it's got a little kind of, I'd say, what looks like another impact at some point. So now what is this? I have no idea, but let's get in and take a look at some of this geometry. You saw where it came from. Um, let's start with the bright lights. With the bright lights, what I've done here is I had to really just drop all the brightness out of it, because they're so bright, you don't get to see what's in here unless you do that. Watch, let me put that back. That's how it came from NASA. Um, Here's another edit I've done. See how bright it, like you can't really mess with it. Now, these versions right here are great when we're going to be looking at the outer edges and it's dark, or where you want to look inside and see what's in some of these other areas. But NASA went all out for this. The Dawn mission has been absolutely spectacular. Now everything always changes when you're looking at this stuff with perspectives, and you got to let your eyes see. This thing here could be a dome or not, but if it's turned like this, it doesn't look like a dome anymore. I want to point that out. A lot of what we do is we're looking for anomalous shapes. I've used to in the past really try to name everything. Hey, that looks like gun turret or this or that. Now I'm looking for geometry, signs of life, signs of something, or signs of some sort of activity. These planets that we have, these dwarf planets. What was this stuff used for? Best pictures I've seen in a while. Look, no pixelation, all the way up to there. No pixelation. That is pretty amazing. Um, and just to think what we spent on the Mars mission and the junk we get back from that. So let your eyes adjust as we just kind of roll through this thing and point out some of the geometry of it. The lights themselves seem to be reflecting something. What the middle here seems to be blown out, almost caved in. It seems like the crater has this where these pieces are look like they might have been up at one point. These seem to be flowing downward into um, but check this stuff out. It's almost, what was this, a manufacturing something, and sometimes it looks like it almost was attacked. Something actually attacked this place, just like on Mars where you see devastation, stuff twisted up. But like I said, I see what I see, you see what you see. Who knows exactly what's going on here, but we definitely are in for some interesting stuff. Now let's go check out, let's follow the yellow brick road here on over to the other parts here. This is what I find really interesting about it. Um, these kind of run out, and it takes you can see it on the at the upper level when we were coming in that the lights had some sort of you know perimeter is a good way to put it around it. So it's locked, and here it is. You can see it really well here. It's substantially up off of the ground. I mean, it stands out like tremendously from the background, and not all of it has this white coating, or lights, whatever it is, um, translucent material. But look at the actual what seems like architecture under it. Now we're talking. Look at these dome circle things. This piece stuck right out to me, and it's on the edge of this corner here. It just kind of comes together, and then down into this area where you've got 90-degree angles on pieces. And I know 90-degree angles mean nothing. A lot of times, a lot of people say, "Oh, 90-degree angles are out there, and in everywhere, everything we have." But when you put it together, is what I like to do with these images. Sorry, I keep doing that. And look at the evidence all at once and say, okay, here we have what looks like a city plan. Like this looks like a satellite image of a city here on Earth that would have been blown out. Um, Almost looks like it's got snow over it. But check out this square building right here. I'm going to call it a building just for sake of it. Next to it down here, there's two round pieces. Here's where you've got that 90-degree turns. And what's interesting about it, where these come together, it almost looks like, they get a little bit thicker. Look at these dome looking pieces right here. So as we travel up along, you see these, right off the bat, that just jumps straight at it, especially in the version that they put out. But this right here too, what in the world is this? Um, it's definitely dug in more. But it has what looks like a flattened out mountain or something on top of it. It'd be a small mountain, but 25 miles across. That's not that small from the one end to the other. I mean, you got these two pieces here. Then out here, you've got one, two, three here, but these are like the exact same. Um, One, two. I bet you if I pulled out my old trusty elliptical tool and went ahead and Let's see if I can. This is the newest version. I haven't had the newest version that long. Let's see. Alright. The size, I just want to see if the sizes match up. Yeah, they do too. Check that out. Make it a little bigger, show you. One, two. Alright. Back it back out. I wish you guys could see the resolution I actually see this at. This Apple, it's an iMac 27 and it's brand new. I basically maxed it out, and the resolution's much, you know, better than what we can actually transfer through YouTube, the 1080. So hopefully one day we'll be able to upload videos at the full resolution, but for now we're stuck with 1080, which is still beautiful. Okay, so check this out. Let's go check out one of these other bright lights up at the top here, because this is what was interesting. When we were looking from these top angles, we were seeing, you know, the lights looked to be spread out. And not only were they spread out, they were spread out in patterns around it. You know, bam, bam, bam. Um, and they have seemed to, when we've gotten down low, look like they've moved some. But let's check out the whole land here. Check these parts out where you've got, let me see if I can find it when it's brightened up. You can see the geometry in it. Look how it comes across, just very interesting. I want to see what this looks like on the actual color version. Um, this one isn't as bad. The resolution on the color one enhanced isn't as good, but hey, you still see the same pieces and you still see the same things. But my. I hear it more up here. Let's check these out. How these come off. It's almost like there was wind or something at one time. This was a very active place. Now, like I said, this I didn't enhance or touch this. This is directly from NASA. Look at the prominence of this piece here. It looks like that actually is a sphere on one end of this building, as I called it. It looks like the number 3 from here. Um, but I think that's because of the two, like actually, there's actually three there, and that might be the fourth. One, two, three, four spheres that are on top of it. This could have been a station of some sort. Look at the interesting geometry. Everything's going in one direction here. These lines are going that way. I got my new mouse pad here and everything. The magic trackpad too. I keep every time I click on it, the gestures are different than on the other one. Now I want to go up and see how that other piece looks on this one. See, this isn't as in the color image. It's not as prominent as that the other one, but all right, let's keep checking this out. This is going to be one that you're just going to have to download. And I'm gonna go, like I said, I always put it up on my the enhanced versions on the website. So definitely check out the article for these. The next one's going to be the Lonely Mountain, Ahuna Mons, and that is absolutely tremendous. To me, I think that's even more fascinating. Where this mountain or whatever it is, uh, NASA's called it a dome. They first started calling it a pyramid. From NASA, that was their word. So I really think we're in age disclosure. And these missions here are really helping move it along. It's making things not as scary um, as to think that there might be other life out there. But as we just look at the patterns and some of this stuff, I know you guys. I've been looking at this for so long. Um, the last week, and I'm trying to think about how to present this to you guys, just because there's so much to actually see. You know, they've actually done a good job. Look at when you look at the resolution they've given us here. It's either too bright or not bright enough. It's very strange how that how that actually works out, but there's pieces in here that see this is all stitched together, so we're going to run across you and you're going to probably run across because of course we can't look at this whole image. I mean it's huge when we get right down to it, but there's registration marks. See how the images are, actually stretched together. On some of these pieces you'll find what look like anomalies, like straight lines of certain width, but they're not. If I notice one as we go through it, I'll show you guys, but pretty interesting, these cracks above whatever these are. Stress. It looks like there's definitely some geothermal activity. Someone was wondering if there's an actual, ocean under here somewhere. Very interesting geometry. Up at the top, there was what looked like two pieces. When I say things that look like they repeat, like here and here, they look like they look almost the same. Like patterns of them look the same. Let me go up here and see if I can find this one area because it was really definitely intriguing to me. And the resolution, look at the resolution on this. I'm going to leave the 300 resolution on the website. It's going to be huge to download, but it'll be up there. I'm going to upload that thing tonight. So you guys who really want to see this in that huge piece, you can. Now here's where I'm talking about these craters or whatever are in lines. Check this out. It's like one, this one's a little bit bigger, but then we got one, two, three, four of them that are the exact same size. Exact same size, and they look like the same height too, because you can see by the sun's angle as it hits it, and there's more of them over here. Um, if some of this isn't intelligent, just whatever geological forces, whatever is acting upon Ceres has absolutely got to be amazing. So this mission is one that's for the ages. Now check these out. Sometimes it's hard to tell if it's up in the air or not, but sure it does look like this is some sort of it comes down to a point or up to a point. Check these out. They almost look like at one time they were pyramids, um, or something that looked like pyramids. You know, we're not sure exactly what happened to this. We just know that it was on the, that it's now where it sits. Hear my cat yelling over there. You want attention, buddy? People are trying to check out Ceres. We don't know exactly where this set, the whole time. We have a very limited view of our, how our solar systems progressed. If we really think we do a lot of modeling, but we're not sure if that stuff's right. Scientists aren't sure. They'll even tell you, they think they've got it pretty well back to the Big Bang and all that, but then we're just not 100% sure how things progress. Um, just on our own Earth, it's amazing what we find out. But look at the cool patterns in here as we go through these. Now I wanted to get to, there was two areas that they were like exactly the same. I should have marked. Okay, now here's where I want to show you the registration points. Now these aren't anomalies. This is from where the actual things come together. Um, so now you've gotten a chance to see them. They sure look anomalous, don't they? Like, what the heck is that? Especially when you see them as they come off more this way. Here's more of them as they come down, and that's just from the photo editing software. Some the they dump all these into a like kind of like a gigapan type thing that stitches them together. So here we are, getting into the more rocky region of it up here. Wonder if I change up a little bit darker, a little bit brighter. Now see how dark it is from the difference, like turning the lights off, and then down here the lights are still on and they're still on pretty bright. I mean, it's that much of a difference. Where are you at? Look at the squareness of that and that piece up there. So when I look at these foreign planets and dwarf planets and things, a lot of times I see what I see, you see what you see, but I gotta think, trying to think, not everything would build like us, but there's probably certain mathematics that go along with building, but not everything would do it just like us. There's that line once again of well, it looks to be the exact same size pieces, but here's another one that I think these registration lines right there, that's not actually an anomaly, but oh, I wish I could find this one piece for you guys. Jeez. All right. Where was it? I don't want to make you guys too sick by looking at this, but let me try and zoom in on here one more time. Honestly, if you just sit and let your eyes adjust to this, take this, download the picture. If you've got a Windows computer or a Mac, when you click on the download, it's going to bring it up in some sort of, you're going to have some sort of picture, and then maybe not editing, but at least viewing software where you can make stuff bigger, smaller, and then, have a look at this yourself. But Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. More interesting shapes. What in the world? Here it is. Okay, nah, that's not it. Okay, here we are. This is getting more into some of the stuff I thought that was interesting up there. Just by dropping the resolution a little bit, look how much you can pull out. Now, that's not to say that we're not creating some anomalies when doing that, but just that's more true because said just because it's so bright, they had to change the exposures on some of these things. I mean, like they were. I was trying to actually show you that here. Look how they're that bright, and I'm going to do it from NASA. Look how dark it is up here. Okay, that's a Photoshop error. Still does that. And you go down here, and it's still that bright. Now drop it to. It's just amazing the difference. Definitely come check out the website because I'm going to basically go through this thing and and this is going to progress. I'm going to go through these images and pull out the pieces that look like dome, or look at that right there, squarish building type thing, or it could just be a squarish how it formed out. This could have been cracked out, ice, at one point all this could have been frozen, but they're saying that they know there's water there. There was water there at one time, so stuff could have been beachfront property. This could have been the, but this doesn't look like salt to me. I'm not sure. I don't know why I don't buy it. It almost looks too translucent, not translucent in many ways. Just like you can see up under it into it. Let's go back to this other one real fast and look at this stuff again. I mean, this is their enhancement of it. They did a heck of a job enhancing it, giving it on over. Look at that piece right there. And it's interesting how these things come together, these lines that almost take you out to, this piece over here. Like, was this a facility or operation at one point? I keep doing that. I will get used to my new system here, guys. Don't worry. This piece right there, just totally amazing, especially where the three looks in it. That they said that's because of the spheres or whatever are on top of it. Up here you got another piece, but just follow the lines. These are pretty big. These could be tunnels just sitting on top. Follow this on back to what looks collapsed in. Now look down in here. Check this out. This is pretty cool. More and more circles and squares and circles and squares. What we love over here at What's Up in the Sky 37. So, and I love to have what's great about this data is, especially in the Pluto New Horizons stuff, which next week I'll be going out to the Space Science Week over in Washington, D.C. So if anybody else is out there, let me know. Alan Stern's going to be giving a lecture, and I really hope I get to ask him some questions. But I'm going to leave you with this view right here for a little bit. This is creepy right here. If I just showed you this and said this is like where your eyes, whatever the pareidolia or however you say the word, can come in hand, doesn't that look like someone staring back at you? Like an alien face, and there's another one looking off that way. But what it does show is the geometry in this piece right here. And at this point I'm just talking to be rambling. Let you guys enjoy this yourselves. Circles and squares here. What's up in the sky 37? Let me pull that out. Just what do you guys think? For those who have made it this far, what do you think this is? Give me your opinion. I wanted to bring it, show it to you. As I promised you when I got it, I'd bring it. A lot of people don't get a chance to search the the Ceres website or the NASA website like I do every day. That's one thing that's neat about the forums at What's Up in the Sky. The guys over there, there's like 4 or 5 guys that are like the people that keep everything running for me. That put news up every day. I mean, I go there to get the space news now, so they're like have helped me in so many different ways. But beautiful. And let's take a look at it from the back out. Look at the go back to the NASA version. when you do go, here we go. I didn't even look down here. When you do get this and you want to pull it up, look at some of these areas down here. What seem to be just once again, one, two, three. Look like on the buildings on the edges of these pieces that go down, where you think there would be, especially if there was water exposed down here or something like that at one time. And who knows what this was? This could be translucent from the water. But this picture right here, let me brighten it up. Pay attention to this image for sure. This area, and you're going to notice all of the details, like all of the repeating patterns I talk about. A lot of this stuff you just got to sit and let your eyes adjust to it. So you got to take time to do it. So this is, in this, there's no real smoking guns in here other than other than everything about the middle of it. I mean, and look how bright, whatever this is, it was so bright. The CMOS sensor or whatever on it did it again. Here we go. Right from NASA shows, I mean, it whites it out. So whatever it was, that was so bright. What we got here is that another three-sided looking pyramid. That definitely does look like something in one. Actually, it looks like one, two, and it looks like the angle matches out there. So, like, you see what I'm saying here? You can sit here for days and look at this image, like I have. Um, but the best ones is to come next. The Lonely Mountain, the Hunamans is the key. The geometry in there, the next ones is so in your face. It's you're not there's no debunking. It's beautiful, but this is the first one I wanted to get to because this is still a mystery. Oh, here was some of the check that out. Here was some of the blurred out areas. Now, it didn't seem, come on, kitty. It didn't seem to match the areas as they come down. See that right there? But that's an area that was just kind of blurred out. Maybe something's hiding under it. Maybe not. But whatever's flowing down here is so bright. Look at that. It trips the CMOS sensor, pixelates it. Where are we at? Let me click back on the dark for it. I'm gonna leave you guys with that. All right, guys, comment below. What do you think here? I've showed them to you. You've seen them now. If you hadn't seen them before, up close and personal, check the website out to see them really up close and personal. Oh man, it's never been a better time to be alive, especially for us buff people who love space and are excited. There's so many people getting their hands dirty with space now and putting out satellites, ships, missions to Mars, missions to the moon. I mean, all this, China, Japan, India, the United States, Russia, everybody. There's probably 10 nations right there I did that are work with NASA. Um, it's just a great time to be alive, especially for this stuff. All right, guys, much love. Hope you had a good one. Haven't seen you for a little bit. I got another video to make here for you. I'm gonna get that one out to you tomorrow. Stay tuned for the Ahuna Mons, and then I've got a bunch of Mars ones to get back to. Moon pictures. Todd put a couple up on the website that are just tremendous stuff. So, all right, guys, much love. Peace. 30 minutes long. It's been a while since I put out 30-minute videos. So, all right, take it easy, guys. And once again, much love.